everybody. Welcome to a Quickie with Miss B. Today is...
Ta-da! Tuesday.
All this week we're just talking about random stuff, randomness. If you missed yesterday's episode, please go back and check it out. It will teach you, like, what not to say when you can't speak and your brain is racing 90 miles an hour and your mouth can't keep up.
Well, I mean... You gave it a try.
I'd learn.
You gave it a try, but if you've ever heard someone's mouth trip, that's what yesterday was. Your mouth tripped over its brain.
Mm-hmm. Multiple times.
Yeah. It was like listening to an old Robin Williams tape.
I got to see him live one time when we were out in Vegas, and he was one of the presenters for the VH1 Rock Honors way back in the day. And something happened where they had to stop recording. I think they were having some kind of difficulty in trying to figure it out. And while they were doing that, he was entertaining us. And I mean, he was bouncing all over the place.
Yeah,
and it's just like, how is he so quick-witted and so quick on his feet like that? Because it was just like, okay, you're gonna have to take a couple minutes here, and he's like, no problem. And then he, just started on this whole spiel, and yeah, he kept us entertained for about 5 minutes while they were fixing the problem.
Yeah, I know some of the talk show hosts used to say, You need to be careful if you have him on as a guest because he takes control and doesn't let go.
No, nope. And that's so true.
I saw him on Johnny Carson. And the funny thing is he's on for like 4 or 5 minutes. Then it comes on to the next guest, but he's still on.
Yeah.
And then by the third guest, he's been on now for 15 minutes, and he's going. When you walk out there, oh look, someone else to play with. That's just the way he is.
That's it too.
Yeah, he's something else.
Anyways, wanted to say thanks for joining us. Today we're going to talk about animals that don't sleep or appear to not sleep.
This one I'm waiting to hear because yeah.
I can find a whole bunch of random ones.
I find it interesting that an animal would not sleep at all in
Yeah.
any way, shape. Now, I mean, you look. I got to watch a video of whales sleeping, and apparently these whales can hold their breath for 20 minutes or something like that. Mm-hmm. But they literally stand with their heads facing the sky and their tails facing the depths, and they sit just like that. But like every 15, 20 minutes, they rise up and they go suck in air and then slide back down. They sleep for another 20 minutes. I was like, get out of here. What? And
That's weird.
A lady shows up. They're called sperm whales. A lady shows up and she's swimming next to these gigantuan whales, and there's like 8 of them like that.
Oh, they're gigantical.
And they're all just heads up, tails down, and they lift up, take a breath, come back down. And it's like, get out of town. Are you kidding me?
That's just weird.
When you're looking at something the size of two city buses, lift up, take a breath, and then go back down for another 20 minutes, crash out, and then come back. You're like, that is nuts.
That would be weird. Speaking of weird, let's talk about bullfrogs.
Well, when you started to mention them, and I was thinking in my brain, bullfrogs. I hear them all night long. I'm sure I figured they were. I figured they were nocturnal animals. They come to it, at night or whatever.
Yeah. No.
But apparently, you say they don't sleep at all.
Yeah. They don't go into a sleep state, but they do go into a state of rest throughout the day. I guess back in '67, scientists delivered. Oh gosh, shocks to the frogs during the day and night when they appeared to be sleeping. Oh, let's just shock a frog to see if he's sleeping or not. What the? Whose test is this anyway?
Yeah,
Wow.
it's Probably one of those government tests we pay $40 billion for. And some dude going, you realize they pay me $900 an hour to plug this cord into the wall and then stick it on a frog? No, he was awake. I swear to God, he was awake. He jumped.
Yeah, they said that the response to the stimuli they thought would be slower during the sleep, and the response were similar during both the day and the night. The only time they sleep properly is when they're hibernating.
Now, I did learn about that, and that is incredibly.
Do they hibernate like bears?
Hold on, listen. You got to listen. You have to stop and actually listen now. They have a very special blood ingredient in their blood. It's the same as antifreeze. And what happens is, and this is what happens, it goes all through their bodies so their cells won't freeze. If they freeze, they'll get crystals in them, and that's it. They'll be destroyed. Like meat, when you unthaw meat that's got freezer burn, the freezer burn would be what they would look like. But they have this antifreeze in their body, so they never actually freeze solid like that. But wherever they're at, the snow comes, they freeze, and they just sit there. And
they're like in a catatonic state?
Yeah, they're frozen, but not at 100%. It's like when you get ice cream that's really hard as a rock, and you're not happy, but then you go get ice cream and it's frozen, but it's not hard as a rock. You can scoop it out. They're in that state of scoopability. So they're hey, I don't know how else to describe it. So they're not quite frozen solid, but they're frozen, and they remain in that state under the snow until the spring thaw, and then as it thaws, they just start jumping around. Good to go. It's quite wild.
That's weird.
Oh, yeah. I have some ex-wives that are a lot like that, too.
That's weird.
Cold as ice. Cold as ice.
Bullfrogs. Don't get it. Hibernating. What the heck? Wow. I don't know.
So that means every year you could actually use them as ice cubes.
No.
Is that a frog in my drink? No, it's actually a frog cube. It's ice. He's frozen. Now, as he starts to thaw, I can't promise you anything because he'd been holding it for a long time. So,
Yeah, then he's going to pee in your drink, so don't drink your drink. Because I'm sure the first thing he's going to have to do is go potty from that long hibernation.
Oh, yeah. He'll pull an Austin Powers, And
on that note, we got to go take a break. A potty break. Welcome back, everybody. You're listening to A Quickie with Miss B. If you missed the first half of the episode, please go back and check that out.
Wow, you got that all out in one sentence. I'm amazed.
I did. All this week we're talking about random nothingness. So here we are. Ta-da, random nothingness
Tuesday.
Yeah. I just find that weird. The bullfrog.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not. There's got to be other ones though that something. What's a really strange one that you're shocked that it doesn't sleep?
Ostriches. Because I would think, I don't care if it's like a big bird or a small bird. I thought birds sleep. But the ostrich, they say, are funny critters.
Oh, it's a cretcher. It's a funny cretcher.
That's a funny cretcher.
Yeah. Now you know. Now you know the big bird. You know where the big bird is, though, right?
On the ground, because it ain't in the air flying.
No, it's on Sesame Street.
But he's yellow.
What? Wait a minute. Are you telling me that big birds can only be yellow?
They're saying, believe it or not, ostriches, they actually sleep standing upright with both eyes open. Now that's creepy.
Yeah, but I thought you said they didn't sleep.
It was believed that they didn't sleep, but I guess after they did some research, they actually sleep standing upright with both eyes open, much like the platypus. I didn't know the platypus did that as well. Now there's another weird creature.
Yeah, a mammal that lays eggs.
So they do this for about 6 hours at a time. birds. I can't. How creepy would that be? I mean, what was?
Well, you wouldn't know though if you saw the bird sitting there with his eyes open. You wouldn't know he was sleeping.
Sleeping, and what if you went up to him and be like, no.
Wait. What if you went up to a bird and you went, no? What? Who in their right mind comes up with that? How many times has anybody on this planet ever walked up to a sleeping bird and went, no? I mean, are you serious?
No, but I mean, if you're walking up to the bird assuming that he's awake when really he's sleeping, and how are you going to know the difference? Because their eyes are open.
Well, since you wouldn't know...
Do you know how mad that bird's going to be? I mean, I know how mad I am if somebody wakes me up.
I know, but as long as you don't walk up to the bird and go, no. I mean, as long as you don't do that, you'll be fine. Wow, you're right. Wow.
But they say that if they're really, really tired, ostriches can go into a deeper state of rest where they can put their head down for about 15 minutes. Does that mean that they stand up and then their head is just like bobbling over?
That's a lot of neck.
Well, no kidding, right?
It's like a giraffe. Can you imagine a giraffe having a neck ache?
Oh my gosh, do you think that they get neck aches and headaches? I mean, because you got to get a headache from that. I mean, I know I get a headache if I sleep on my neck wrong. I can't imagine what the bird must do.
He's also got those 2 horns on his head.
They have horns?
Giraffes? Yeah, they have 2 horns.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the ostrich. I'm like, what are you...
No.
No.
Ostrich is just messed up because it's a bird that can't fly. I mean, that's messed up.
Yeah.
You'd think he'd be able to fly, but apparently a 100-pound bird doesn't do well.
Well, and then to not know if he's asleep or awake because he don't close his eyes. There's no indication if he's sleeping. Oh, no.
Well, that's probably has to do with predators. That way,
I'm sure.
A predator walking up, seeing a bird with their eyes open, knows the bird can see them, so it's probably a good way. And plus, I'll bet you when their eyes are open, they can have, like, probably an alertness to quick movements or whatever, so they can, come to.
Yeah, they talk about giraffes, too. They can only sleep for about 4 or 5 hours. Mostly they do it at night, but wild giraffes will sleep only for short bursts of time. Which I would imagine that they have to because, everybody's after you. You're lunch or dinner for somebody.
If you're a yum-yum, you got to make sure you're alert because sleeping makes it really easy to get you. Boy, that would suck. Go to sleep and have a lion land on you.
Oh, really?
Lunch.
Yeah, no. Yeah, they say that giraffes can also enter into an irregular deep phase of sleep where they will bend their neck and rest their head on their thigh or their hip. That would look weird.
That's a lot of neck. You got to lay it somewhere.
Yeah.
It's not like they get a pillow.
Well, can you imagine trying to bite no.
Wait, hold on. Now, how are you wanting me to... How am I supposed to imagine that? Can you imagine... no. What does no mean? I'm supposed to imagine that? Could I imagine you formulating a sentence? No. Wow. Wow. You just got completely confused, didn't even know how to talk.
I was derailed.
She just looks at me and goes, It's like, wow. Man.
They have a name for that where they rest their head on their thigh or hip. Experts call this position paradoctal sleep.
Oh, I just would call it resting.
State where they're resting, but with rapid eye movements and the reduced muscle activity. Can you imagine? Do you think ostriches and giraffes get kinks in their necks from all that? I mean, come on. That's crazy.
Well, I'm sure they have their own issues.
It must get
Wow. Horton hears a who.
I bet. Oh, never mind. Let's just go.
Wow, you just started 36 sentences and finished none. Yeah. Never mind. Okay. Have a lovely day. Bye.